Nina never thought she would be that girl, the one crying over a man who cheated like it meant nothing. But there she was, standing in her boyfriend's apartment, watching him with someone else. She didn't scream,
So this
she
is what you've
didn't
been
cause a
doing?
scene. She
Nina,
just
it's
asked
not what it looks
quietly,
like. Don't!
"So this is
Just
what you've been
don't!
doing?" He tried to explain. Of course he did. It's not what it looks like. But she stopped him before he could finish. Don't. Just don't. And then she walked away. Because honestly, what was there to explain? 2 weeks passed, but the image never left her mind. The betrayal, the disbelief, the pain of loving someone who made it look so easy to hurt her. That night, she was still drowning in it until her best friend Adele decided enough was enough. Adele had tried everything for 2 weeks: comfort, distractions, patience. Nothing worked. So this time, she didn't ask. She insisted. "You're not wasting tears on him anymore. Get dressed." Nina didn't want to go. "I am not in the mood." "Exactly," Adele replied. "That's why we are going out." And somehow, that's how Nina ended up at a club. Loud music, flashing lights, a place where nothing felt real, perfect for someone trying not to feel anything at all. They sat at the bar, and just as quickly as they arrived, Adele stood up. "I'll be right back. Restroom." And just like that, Nina was alone. Across the room, Adrian stood with his best friend. Adrian wasn't the relationship type, not anymore. The last time he loved someone, it broke him completely. Since then, he stopped believing in love. Another night, another girl, his friend Simon teased. Adrian shrugged. Nothing serious. That's who he had become. Someone who never stayed, never felt, never cared. Until he saw her, Nina. She didn't look like she belonged there. Not because she wasn't beautiful. She was. But because she wasn't trying. She wasn't pretending. She was just real. He walked over. "You look like you don't belong here," he said. She ignored him. He tried again, a little awkward this time. "And you do?" She shot back dryly. He smirked. "Tonight? Yeah." He offered to buy her a drink. She said no. Not once. Twice. Sharply. All she could think about was her ex, the betrayal, the hurt. But when she noticed the look on his face, genuine, almost hurt, she softened. "Okay, fine. Just one." One drink turned into two. Two turned into laughter. And for the first time that night, Nina forgot her ex. And Adrian, for the first time in years, he felt something. That night, two strangers crossed paths, not knowing everything was about to change. Sunlight hit her face. Nina opened her eyes slowly, then froze. This wasn't her room. Her heart started racing as she turned and saw him, Adrian, sleeping. And then it all came rushing back. The drinks, the laughter, him bringing her home safely. And then her heart dropped. "What did I do?" she whispered.
What did I just do?
Adrian stared awake. "Hey, you're up." "Why am I here?" she asked immediately. "You were drunk. I didn't know where you lived, so I brought you here." "And the rest?" He hesitated. "We both—" No. She didn't let him finish. Within seconds, she was out of bed, grabbing her things. "Wait, at least let me explain." "There's nothing to explain." And just like that, she left, not because she hated him, but because she didn't recognize herself anymore. But Adrian, he couldn't move on so easily. For the first time in years, it didn't feel like just another night, because it wasn't. Later, they both told their friends. Adele was shocked. "You what?" "Don't start," Nina warned. Meanwhile, Simon grinned at Adrian. "Wait, wait, quiet." Sharp eyes, Adrian nodded. Simon smirked. Don't tell me you have fallen for her. Adrian paused. I am confused right now. I don't know what to do. Nina, on the other hand, didn't know what to do. She didn't recognize herself anymore. But I guess some nights don't stay in the past. Time passed. Months later, everything changed again. Nina sat on the edge of her bed, staring at a pregnancy test in her hand. Two lines, clear, unavoidable. Panic flooded as reality set in. There was only one possibility: Adrian. Meanwhile, Adrian had already begun to change. He stopped chasing meaningless distractions. He couldn't forget Nina, no matter how hard he tried. Eventually, Nina reached out. We need to talk, she typed as her hands trembled. Eventually, they met. Both tensed, both unsure. She tried to tell him the truth. Everything. But before she could open her mouth, everything went dark. She collapsed. Adrian tensed. He rushed her to the hospital. Is she your partner? The doctor asked. Adrian hesitates, but says yes. The doctor asked him to meet her in her office. She passed out due to exhaustion. You should make sure she gets enough rest due to her condition. Adrian confused. Condition? The doctor said, yes, she is 4 weeks pregnant. Silence. Adrian froze. The words from the doctor echoed in his mind. When Nina woke up, the truth finally surfaced between them. Though uncertain, Adrian didn't run. Instead, he made a decision. They would figure it out. And he meant it. From that moment on, Adrian showed up every single day, not out of obligation, but because he wanted to. Slowly, Nina began to trust again. Slowly, she began to fall. But the past wasn't done with them yet.
You two are my whole world right now. I can't believe how lucky I am.
We love you too.
Adrian's ex returned, asking for another chance. When everything seemed to be working out, Adrian's ex returned, asking for another chance. Feelings he thought were long gone resurfaced, leaving him conflicted. Nina saw the hesitation, felt the doubt, and it broke something between them. Arguments followed, fear crept in, and eventually they separated. Although Adrian was now in love with Nina, he still couldn't shake the feeling he had for his ex of something he thought he had gotten over with. He had to make the decision as soon as possible. But this time, Adrian didn't go back to his past. He chose the future. He chose Nina. With time, patience, and honesty, they found their way back to each other. What once seemed impossible began to feel right. As life moved forward, another unexpected connection came to light. Adele and Simon had grown close too. What started as chance encounters turned into something real for them as well. Eventually, Adrian decided to take the next step. One evening, he took Nina out to a quiet, beautifully prepared restaurant. As she admired the effort he had put in, he asked her to close her eyes. When she opened them, he was on one knee. This time, there was no hesitation. She said yes. Months later, their journey led them to a new beginning. On a quiet evening at home, everything changed again when Nina went into labor. After hours that felt endless, their daughter was born. Joy filled their world. Soon after, surrounded by family and friends, Simon surprised Adele with a proposal of his own, and she said yes. Not long after, both couples stood side by side, ready to say I do. What began as one random night had brought four lives together in ways none of them could have imagined. In the end, it wasn't just a love story. It wasn't just about heartbreak or mistakes. It was about second chances, about growth, about choosing life despite fear. What started as one night became forever.